Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you all this quick and easy cinnamon raisin bread. This right here is just like that store-bought, soft and fluffy cinnamon raisin bread that you usually buy, except it's homemade, you know what's going inside of it, and this right here would be perfect to add to your breakfast menu for the holiday season. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is start off by working on the yeast mixture. So in a bowl of warm water that's about 110 degrees, I'm going to be going in with some yeast, and I'm also going to be going in with my brown sugar. You can use whatever kind of sugar you want. The reason why we put the sugar in here is because the yeast needs something to feed off of for it to start to activate and grow. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up slightly, cover it, and let it sit for about 15 minutes until it's nice and frothy. I also wanted to mention that if you want the full list of ingredients and measurement, all you have to do is click in the description box right below the video and everything will be right there. So in my mixing bowl, I'm going to be going in with some all-purpose flour. I'm also going to be going in with a little bit of salt. And I'm also going to be going in with some brown sugar. Again, if you wanted to use white sugar, feel free to do so. Now for this recipe and all of my bread recipes, you can add all of the sugar into the yeast if you wanted to, but it's just a little bit of a habit for me that I separate the sugar and put some in the yeast and then some in the dried ingredients. So I just went ahead and mixed together all of these dried ingredients that I added in. And at this point, I'm going to be going in with some softened butter. Whenever you're making bread, you do not want to use cold butter because what's going to happen is it's going to make a very flaky and crumbly bread in the end. It's not going to be soft, fluffy, and stretchy. So that's why you have to melt it a little bit. And right on top of that butter, I'm going to be going in with the yeast mixture that we made earlier. As you can see, it's nice and fluffy and bubbly, and that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my mixer on a medium speed, and I'm going to let this work its way until all the wet ingredients are combined with the dry. Now you might have to stream in some warm water a little bit at a time. You can also use warm milk until you get a nice soft and semi-sticky dough. So my dough has been kneading for about 8 minutes at this point, and as you all can see, it's nice and smooth and it's all held together. It's a very soft dough, not super sticky, but it is just the perfect consistency. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to leave it in this bowl and let it rest for about an hour until it doubles in size. So my dough has rested for about an hour and it's doubled in size. So at this point, we're going to start to make the raisin part of the raisin bread. So I'm going to go ahead and empty it out onto my floured surface. Remember, this is a little bit on the sticky side, so you do have to flour the board pretty well. And once you get it onto your board, you're going to go ahead and roll it out into a nice rectangle shape. Remember, you want to try to get it to the size of your pan, so you don't want to make it too long and you don't want to make it too short. So once you finish rolling it out to a nice thickness, you're going to go ahead and sprinkle on your raisins. Now this right here is up to preference. You can use as many or as little raisins as you wish. If you wanted to use currants in this recipe or even mix them with the raisins, you definitely could do that as well. And right on top of the raisins, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle on a generous amount of ground cinnamon. If you wanted to mess with the recipe a little bit and add in a whole bunch of different spices, you definitely could do that as well. And right on top of the cinnamon and raisins, I'm going to be sprinkling on a little bit of brown sugar. Again, do this up to your preference. You can make this as sweet or not as sweet as you wish. I'm just going on with the thin layer just so I get a slight sweetness in the middle. And at this point, I'm going to start from the bottom edge and I'm going to roll it as tightly as I can into a nice uniform log. And the reason why we're doing it this way is so this way we get those nice little layers and the swirl of the cinnamon and the raisins running throughout the bread. So once you get this rolled into a tight log, you're going to go ahead and put it in your bread pan and just squeeze it together as best as you can. And if you did not have a loaf pan like I do here, you can use a regular cookie sheet. It's totally up to you and your preferences. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it rest for another 45 minutes to an hour because you have to do it for a second time proofing or else the bread is going to split in the oven. So my bread doubled back in size. At this point, I'm going to stick it into the oven that I've preheated to 350 degrees and it's going to bake for about 20 to 25 minutes until it's beautiful and golden brown on top. So this right here is the raisin bread as soon as it comes out of the oven. As you all can see, it's beautiful and golden brown and light and fluffy. So what I like to do, just like when I make any kind of bread, is I like to lather it down with some melted butter. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it cool for about 30 minutes to an hour. And then at that point, we can start to slice into it. And as you all can see, This bread has all of those beautiful layers of the cinnamon and the raisins running throughout. Like I said before, you can go ahead and add in different ingredients and flavorings to make it as per your taste. And you can also use whole wheat flour if you did not want to use the regular all-purpose flour. So with that said, I really hope you all enjoyed this recipe today. If you enjoyed the recipe today, please don't forget to give this video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and drop those comments down below. I'll see you all again with a new one of my recipes. Bye everyone.